Welcome to the Downtime from WTWH Media with your hosts, Sarah Wynn and Sheri Kasprzak, bringing you everything you need to know from the week in manufacturing.
And hello, we are back with another episode of The Downtime. We are a weekly manufacturing podcast from WTWH Media. Here to say we are handling this episode with care as we focus on material handling and smart conveyance. I am Sarah Wynn, Senior Editor for Packaging OEM, and one half of The Downtime Divas. Let me tag in my partner in crime.
Hey there, partner in crime. It's Sheri Kasprzak. I am the executive editor of the automation and control brands here at WTWH Media. And if you don't know, that is plant engineering, control engineering, and consulting specifying engineer. And we are welcoming you back for another episode of The Downtime. We're so glad you're here.
We are so excited, ready to rock and roll. I mentioned at the top, we got a little material handling theme going on. We have a chat with Garvey, Senior Director of Engineering, Bill Reese, on Garvey's new Biflow accumulation table. We'll get to that in a second. In the meantime, throw in a fit. Anything you want to highlight, Sheri, before we move into headlines?
I don't know. I just love your hat. Why don't you tell us about it, Sarah? You are in winter white, which I am loving. So fashionable.
Is it okay I'm wearing white after Labor Day? Is that okay?
Absolutely it is. I love a winter white moment. I am actually in contrasting black today. We're just black and white. I love it.
Normally you don't see me. I'm just a vision, like a little angel here to share all the material handling insights.
You are. I love it.
This hat, I've mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of Etsy. Etsy, if you're listening, call me. I love you. I found this great guy, makes these hats very cheap. So this one says, as seen on LinkedIn. And this is a nice little plug. I will be at the Schneider Innovation Summit next week in Las Vegas. I'm going to wear this hat while I'm traveling. So if you see me, say hello. Say hello.
Absolutely. Speaking of LinkedIn, you can find us there at the Downtime. Go give us a follow because we have so many great posts. You can catch the podcast every week on our LinkedIn, and we'll be posting other really fun things. I know there's going to be a lot of content from your time in Las Vegas, right? So yes. Go check us out. And you can also find us on Instagram at the.downtime. Also a great place to find a lot of fun videos. If we're ever at an event, you're going to find some great content there. So go give us a follow.
Give us a follow. Give us a follow. LinkedIn, Instagram. Check out plantengineering.com, packagingoem.com. All right. All
Absolutely.
right. Yes. All Let's right. roll. So
yeah, we're doing a material. We're doing a material handling thing. So Sarah, would you say that we are in fact material girls?
I definitely think, and I think we just found our name for this episode. Yes.
I think
Material Girl.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Material Girl. All right. So today's episode is about material handling. However, I want to talk for just a second about today's big story over at Control Engineering, one of my brands, from this writer. I think I've heard of her. Her name is Sarah Wynn. Do you know her?
Yeah. So she's just hashtag winning a lot.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, she's a really cool chick. She wrote an amazing article about Beckhoff's new web platform to stream AI models for control applications. So proud of you for this story. It's so good. Head on over and check it out at controleng.com. Thank you so much for contributing the story, Sarah.
Definitely. I will add that is from Pack Expo. There's a bunch of Pack Expo content up on Packaging OEM's website, including the 3 trends from the show, photo galleries from the show. A lot of exciting stuff. Thank you, Sheri, for highlighting that. We have a nice little social media video coming. That's a tease there. That's a tease. Let's talk headlines. I mentioned at the top, I have an interview with Bill Reese from Columbus McKinnon. This is a great transition to remind you that Packaging OEM's latest ebook on smart conveyors, redefining material handling and packaging line performance, is available now. The report, authored in part by yours truly, learning from the GOAT, Stephanie Neal, dives into the market for smart conveyors in packaging, how conveyors keep packaging lines moving with flexibility and foresight, predictive maintenance, a topic we bring up a lot on the show, including the digital tools that improve uptime and reliability, For the report, I spoke with industry experts from a variety of OEMs and companies, including MK North America, Bosch Rethroth, Multi-Conveyor, Hoosier Feeder, SCW Eurodrive, Nord Drive Systems, and Dorner. Dorner ties in nicely because it is part of the Columbus McKinnon portfolio of conveyance brands. In addition to Dorner, there's also Montratec and Garvey. So this ties into our interview today. I spoke with Bill Reese, General Manager of Accumulation, Senior Director of Engineering at Columbus McKinnon, like I said at the top, about Garvey's new aluminum biflow accumulation table. Bill shares how Garvey collaborated with Dorner to develop the aluminum system, which switches from stainless steel to aluminum, so Garvey can expand to more industrial settings that don't require washdowns.
That's amazing.
Also,
all right.
Yes, and he shares how it's been deployed in nutraceuticals.
Love it.
All right, Bill, take it away. This is all you.
All right.
All right, welcome back to the Downtime. Sarah Wynn here with Bill Reese, General Manager of Accumulation, Senior Director of Engineering at Columbus McKinnon. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. We are so excited. Can you introduce yourself and tell us what you're working on?
Of course, like you said, my name is Bill Reese. I am the General Manager of Accumulation and the Senior Director of Engineering for Columbus McKinnon's Conveyance Group. That group encompasses three main companies, which is Garvey, Dorner Manufacturing, and Montratec. We're constantly trying to expand our product lines and kind of find markets that we may have a solution for, but not the right product fit. And that's where our new product here that we like to talk about comes into play.
Definitely. Do you want to introduce it?
Sure. Garvey's been known for our accumulation tables over the years. Our business has mainly been in stainless steel manufacturing. And with our partnerships with the other brands under Columbus McKinnon, Dorner Manufacturing has a great history of aluminum construction. So we teamed up with them to develop this aluminum biflow to help us touch some more markets that might be a little bit more of an industrial setting where the stainless steel is not required. They're not washing down the equipment. They're not using specific sanitizing products that the aluminum might not hold up to. So in those environments, they might not need the cost or I don't want to say they're heavy duty because the aluminum biflow is very robust as well, but it's a little bit lighter duty and kind of fits into a different market that we haven't been able to work in the past.
Definitely. And I believe we have a story up on Packaging OEM site about it. There's a cost savings too, going from stainless steel to aluminum. Do you want to touch on that?
Correct. Really it's very similar technology and you get all the benefits of our traditional stainless steel model, but we're looking at a price point that's 15 to 25% less going to the end user. So it's a significant cost savings and for especially some maybe smaller plants or plants where the lighter duty fits that market, that aluminum construction fits their plant. It's a great option.
Awesome. And let's talk about the single motor. How does the single motor multi-chain design impact energy use and line efficiency?
Well, that's great. That's one thing we like to hang our hat on is having these accumulation tables run on a single motor. Traditionally, you might have two, sometimes three motors on the system. We replace those with one slightly larger motor to be able to take the load of the product and the chain. So it tends to be more energy efficient because that single motor, we can run it in its most efficient range. It's less complicated integration wise because you're not worrying about, instead of having to have three VFDs to run this one table, we need one VFD. We can supply a small local VFD right on the side for smaller operations that might not have the complex control systems that some of the larger plants do. So it has a lot of flexibility on how you integrate it into the line. It could be less spare parts for the customers. And instead of having to have three motors on hand, if something were to fail, you need to have one motor for replacement. And then it's easier maintenance, right? It's one motor, less moving parts, less things to fail.
Definitely. And let's talk application flexibility. What types of packaging lines or product formats benefit most from the aluminum biflow?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So where our stainless steel model is more tailored for that like pharmaceutical, food and beverage applications where there is a higher level of sanitation required where they might be washing it down with water or a chemical. The aluminum is targeted more for our industrial and consumer goods customers that don't require that level of construction. So thinking like machine parts, feeding machine parts into machining center, household products like hand soap, maybe some like cleaning products, beauty brands, lotions, and things like that. And even we've looked at some applications where like battery manufacturing that could utilize a table like this and enjoy that cost savings, but still get the functionality they need.
Definitely. And then how do there's three different configurations we have in our story, one in feed, one out feed, and or one with both. How do those different configurations help manufacturers optimize production lines?
Yeah, so this is something that we like to push. So the Garvey brand's known for bringing in the accumulation to the line, but it can not only act like an accumulation table, but it can almost act like a machine itself. So like for the infeed, if you have a manual process where maybe on a smaller line they're manually placing products onto a single lane conveyor and feeding them onto a line, you could put that in-feed table at the beginning. It allows the operators to load the table up with maybe 3, 5 minutes of product. Now that employee is available to pay attention somewhere else on the line. So it's not always about just throughput of the line, which you do get the benefit of that, but also making the employees more efficient on the line, allowing them to do multiple tasks and kind of freeing them up from just doing one repetitive task over and over again.
Definitely. And then what should OEMs or manufacturers know about integrating it into existing lines? I know you touched on controls before. Do you want to touch on that again, or
Yeah,
I'll leave it to you?
so it's that single motor allows for an easier electrical integration. Um, the in feed and the out feeds of the table, as well as the body of the table, are designed to be flush with the edge of our chain, so you can really bring in conveyors on any side of the system and it's a nice smooth transfer. I mean, that's something we pride ourselves in is removing any what we call dead plates or transfer plates from the system to allow a smooth transition of the product onto our system and off the system. Product stability is very important on these buy flows. If the product can't be stable on it and the system's causing products to fall over, it's really no good to our customers. So being able to engineer those key things into the system so it's benefiting them, not just making more work for them.
For sure.
And
And then, oh, go on. I'm sorry.
I just want to touch on one more thing. So
Sure.
with that, right, there's a million different products out there. Some customers have accumulation or these types of systems in their plant. Others don't. It might be their first kind of forte into a system like this. So we do offer during the quoting process, the customers can send us their exact product. We have a test unit on our floor. We can put the product on there. We can video it. We can show them, hey, this is what your line conditions are going to look like. This is how the product's going to react on the table. So they're confident going into that purchase that is the solution for them.
We'd love to get the video. I'll reach out to your team, see if we can get a video of it, show it our audience. That would be great.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And are there any common challenges or tips you can share for multi-line setups?
Yeah, so multi-line setups, a lot of it comes down to the layout, and that's where we like to rely on our applications team. Then that's really our first touch point with that customer. We have over 30 years of experience with these types of systems, so they've seen every type of line. So it allows us to kind of work with them, and we also have industry experience with conveyors, right? So if we can't just park it into your system and utilize what's already there, we can add those additional conveyors to the system to make sure it's a seamless fit. It also helps us fit it in maybe a tighter layout or somewhere where a customer might come to us and be like, I would love to have one, but we just don't have any room for it. You'll be amazed about how flexible these systems can get, and we can work on the size and the orientation of the table to actually get them the benefits of these systems into the line that they may have thought they couldn't in the past.
Yeah, compact, tight Tight plant floors. That's a common
Yeah.
theme we write about over here. So let's talk real world examples. Do you have any of the aluminum biflow that you can share in terms of throughput or space savings? We just talked about compact floor space.
But typically with accumulation applications, we typically see a 20-30% increase in the efficiency of the line. And then, like I mentioned earlier, there's also the added benefits of um, increasing that worker availability. The line workers that are actually working on the line allows them to be more flexible with their time and put their attention in different areas than instead of that one space.
Definitely. And then in terms of varying product sizes or speeds, can you want to touch on the adjustable design or flexibility again?
Yeah, so like I said, the physical dimensions of the system are flexible, right? We have different widths available. We can expand it lengthwise in basically increments of inches. So we have a ton of flexibility there. As far as the system itself, the guide work is adjustable for multiple product sizes. It's basically you loosen a handle, you set the outfeed product width to that next product size, and you lock it down. And that's the only adjustment on the table. It's just on that outfeed area. Everything else stays the same. So it's a quick changeover, only a few minutes to get that table ready during a line changeover. Um, like I said, we have the product testing available as well, so we know going into it what's going to be needed with the table, and
Mhm.
also the speeds are variable, right? So depending on how it's integrated into the control system, it can be recipe driven. The table can be set up to not only run different constant speeds, but it can ramp up to a surge speed if needed by some customers. It depends on what their need is, and we can kind of create that system to work best in their environment.
Definitely. And I know the product was just announced within the last week or so. Have any been integrated into lines yet?
Yep. So we do have we have a few in engineering right now. We have one out to a customer in the field right now, and it's working really well for them. It's been a great addition to their line. And again, it was one of those customers that everything else in their plant is aluminum. So when we showed them that stainless steel version, they're like, this just seems expensive. I'm really not comfortable with this. Everything else I have is aluminum. So we worked with them to develop this system, and that was kind of where this thought process got started, and where we really started rolling with it to create a whole product line for these aluminum accumulation tables.
Um, Without providing too much info on them, could you just share what products maybe they're using on the table?
Yeah, it was a nutraceutical brand. So we were running sealed pill bottles feeding into a labeling system. And just to buffer that labeling system a bit, they wanted to make sure that they can keep it running during maybe a label changeover, or sometimes the rolls of labels aren't perfect, so they might have a little jam in there. They don't want to stop the whole line just to go in there. Took them 2 minutes to pull the label out and get it back running. Everything else in the line is running, and that's where they see that benefit of the line efficiency and increased throughput at their end of an 8-hour shift.
Definitely. And then let's talk Columbus McKinnon as a whole. How does the new Biflow fit into the broader automation or smart factory initiatives at Garvey and Columbus McKinnon?
Yeah, so we've been with Columbus McKinnon for quite a few years now, and really the biggest advantage is being able to work with our sister brands with Dorner and Montratec and leverage their knowledge and have our engineering teams kind of collaborate and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? And then we can find the best way to do it, right? We might not be doing the best way just because we don't know. It's you always hear that saying, oh, this is how we always did it. It's been able to kind of shake that loose and really get us to kind of push our designs further and make them more cost effective and even better for our customers. And like the Garvey product expertise is still here. And just leveraging that aluminum construction technology that Dorner brings to the table, we're able to bring this new product, a better product to that specific kind of industrial market that we weren't able to work with in the past.
Awesome. Well, we'll leave the floor to you, Bill. Is there anything else you might want to touch on?
No, I think we covered a lot. Like I said, I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to talk through this system. We're looking forward to kind of working with this new segment of customer that we haven't really been able to help before and get get these lines working more efficient and get some more dollars in their pocket at the end of the year.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much, Bill, for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bill. That was such a great interview. And thank you, Sarah, for doing the interviewing duties for this week.
Of course, I'm happy to do it. Looking to expand video content on Packaging OEM's website and social media, in addition to all the downtime coverage we already provide weekly. Remember, we are a weekly manufacturing podcast. I do want to tie in. We should have added this at the top of the show before we transition to our game. We will be off for a few holidays. There will be no new downtime episode on Thursday, November 27th. Please spend your time with friends and family celebrating Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got to have some time with family. That's so important.
You can take the downtime on the road with you. You can listen to us while you're driving there, but be present. Spend your downtime with your family.
Hey, while you're out for Thanksgiving traveling, listen to our archive. That's a really fun way to pass the time, right? Listening to our awesomeness. Yeah.
Yes, and you can listen to a variety of the game time segments we have had. And let's transition to this one. We are bringing back a fan favorite. This is called Convey or Slay. Last time we did it for Halloween candy. What are we doing today, Sheri?
Let's dive into Thanksgiving dinner. Like I love Thanksgiving, but I do like a more non-traditional Thanksgiving meal. So I will be interested to see where we land on our Thanksgiving preferences.
Yes, and I will add that Convey or Slay. We will name a Thanksgiving dish or side dish. If we want to eat it, we will say Slay. If we do not like it and want to pass it along, we say Convey. Ready to go, rocking and rolling?
Let's Convey or Slay.
All right, round one, Sheri, Convey or Slay. This is the main course, turkey. Yes or no?
I'm going to convey that one. I don't eat meat, so you can have all my turkey. What about you?
Slay. Thanksgiving dinner is like my favorite meal of the whole year. Slay.
Ah, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to go with those side dishes. And speaking of, how do you feel about stuffing? Are we going to convey or slay?
Little Sarah hated it. I love it now. I slay.
I'm going to slay too. But these days I have to make sure that it's like gluten-free because I can't eat gluten, but I love stuffing and I try to do my own so that I can enjoy it. But yeah, if it's got bread, I can't eat it, which is sad. So,
yeah. Well,
all right.
I'm glad there are still options for you. If you want stuffing, you can find a way.
Exactly.
All right, next one up. Convey or slay cranberry sauce?
Oh, I am definitely going to convey that. Not a fan. See, I don't mind like fresh. If it's fresh, I will eat like the fresh cranberries. But if it's like glop in a can, no.
Yeah.
How about you? How do you feel about cranberries?
Convey. Oops, I hit my mic. I was conveying it so quickly, I hit the mic. Next one.
Understandable. All right. How do you feel about sweet potatoes? Are you going to convey or slay?
Slay, and this is breaking news. I don't think Sheri even knows this. My favorite food is a sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes.
I'm a big fan. I'm going to slay too. Let's slay all the sweet potatoes. Big fan.
Slay that all day long. Next one. Slay or convey green bean casserole?
I think probably slay. I mean, it depends. If it's slimy, no, it's a texture thing. So if it's like homemade and like fresh, yes, but see, it depends. How about you?
Convey. I'm not a fan. Yeah.
All right. Here we are with our last conveyor slay, and this one can be controversial. Mashed potatoes.
Slay.
Okay. Yeah, slay for me too. Now, here's the caveat. With or without gravy?
With.
Without. No.
What?
A lot of gravy is like meat based, so I can't really eat it.
Yeah. I forgot. Yes. I want gravy on everything minus my sweet potatoes because that's the crown jewel of my Thanksgiving plate is sweet potatoes. Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, that brings us to the end. And hey, stay tuned next week because we're going to be doing something really fun with our game time. Sarah, I love this idea that you had about doing regional, like Thanksgiving foods that maybe don't exist in other parts of the country. And, you know, being a Southerner, and I know you're a Midwesterner, Sarah, like there's a lot of like weird things that we have and traditions and salads that may or may not be salads.
Yes, yes. And we haven't done a Midwest, regional, Southern, New Englander game in quite a while. The last time we debated how to say crayon, which which is how I say it's a little writing utensil made of wax. It's called a crayon. Sheri doesn't agree, but yes, it will be a nice little time. And I have a feeling we're going to debate if macaroni and cheese is a Thanksgiving side dish.
In my house, it is. Plot twist. All right. So this
Not
brings
over
us
here.
to this brings us to the end of another episode of the Downtime. So thank you so much to my amazing co-host Sarah. This is always such a fun time, and we will catch you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you.